Okay, so this is Melinda with her 2 cents. I just want to say that, I think that the Democratic Party is in trouble this election. Yeah. And you can already see evidence of that. It's not about Donald Trump. Just take your eyes off of Donald Trump for a minute. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Let me speak for the black voters, right? A little secret that Democrats may not know. Black people are conservative. They're just not Republican. A lot of them. But they are definitely conservative. So, with that being said, some of the stuff that has came out of the White House, trust me, 90% of black people are gasping, clutching their pearls. No, they did not. We cannot believe some of the laws and some of the things that they're promoting and standing behind. It is insanity. We stand with Republicans on certain issues. You don't have to teach about slavery in school. Kids are not dumb. We teach our own children. That's not important. You do not have to teach children about sexual orientation or, children are going to learn that, especially if they go to public schools or private schools, because life happens everywhere. So nobody was on board with that. There were some people on board with that, but most black Americans look, listen, we teach our own children what we need to know. We don't need schools teaching anybody. The children are going to learn what they need to know through their friends. So, some of these issues, abortion, look, we've been having babies since our ancestors was in slavery. So we're no stranger to having kids and doing what we need to do to raise them. So that was not an issue. That was not a black issue. I think it would have caused a lot of people to maybe stop cheating on their wives, but maybe that's why it didn't pass. I think that had a lot to do with it. Like a lot of ball players and husbands and senators, they'd be having some illegitimate children. They didn't want that. So I knew that was not going to pass, regardless of what they were, well, I knew it wasn't going to stand up. Let's say that. I think there should have been some special circumstances. But, for the ladies, protect yourself, make him wear protection. That's all. It's not that complicated. Anyway, Democrats are going to be in trouble. Some of the laws that has came out and the stuff that they are standing behind, black folks are wondering, what in the world does that have to do with us? Like, our issue has to do with equality, with education, and not that we have to go to somebody else's school to get it, but it should be right there. They also have to, equality in businesses, paying less or just as much as anybody else for whatever we buy. If we buy the same thing, I know if you live in certain neighborhoods, your insurance is higher, which is crazy, because, come on, there may be a certain car that gets hijacked in a certain city, but that's not true for all predominantly black neighborhoods. You know what I mean? But they still use that discrimination rule to have you pay high on most things. That's what we are fighting for. This stuff that's coming out of the White House, it does not affect our bottom line. It doesn't move anything. And like I said, black people are conservative. They just didn't call themselves Democrats. But when Republicans are leaning toward biblical principles, we are behind them all the way. And the the vast contrast between Republican and Democrats right now is they are so far from biblical principles till you can't even see them anymore. And that is a problem with black people. I'm telling you, that's a problem. With that being said, it seems to be that Republicans have their foot on the ground with the voters that vote and support them. They are listening. It just seems to be they're more unified with the people on the bottom. As for the Democrats go, they seem so far removed. Like, who said that this whole Black Lives Matter thing, it turned into Black Lives Matter, and then it turned into a whole nother thing, that people were celebrating stuff that they shouldn't be celebrating. But that's another topic for another day. Black people were not happy. They were not happy. And nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. But we stand with biblical principles. Period. Not about Donald Trump. Not about January 6th. Not about Black Lives Matter. Because really, what changed? They were still killing people long after that. And there were no laws. Like, real progress wasn't made. There was nothing put in place to say, listen, which they did prosecute some guys. I appreciate that. Some girls, I appreciate that. But it wasn't enough to stop. It wasn't enough for people to say, you know what? Let me not just kill somebody because I feel like, I can kill them and get away with it, But I'm going to tell you, just like the AIDS epidemic, just like the drug epidemic, when you don't do anything, when it happens in the black community, guess where it comes to next? It comes to your front door. Then you want to deal with the issue. But guess what? By then, it will be well too late. History will repeat itself in the same manner. Not to say, anything bad seems to happen in the black community anyway. I don't care what it is. And I don't even know why people shoot that narrative, because it's like they started with AIDS. Oh, it's gay disease. Really? Now, so many people have it. You know what I mean? Has nothing. If it's sexual contact, and why are you just singling out a specific group? It doesn't make sense. It's not even smart. You know what I mean? It's like children are doing the talking, and now they have monkeypox, and it's a gay thing. Okay, but you said it's skin-to-skin contact, right? Well, aren't heterosexual people doing skin-to-skin contact? Like, this doesn't even make sense to me. People, it's like if it's black, you want to make it look bad, no matter what it is. And that's what it seems like. Nothing positive you have to say. You cannot say anything positive about the black community, which is okay. We're used to it. We lift ourselves up. Trials come to make you strong. And I think we're stronger than ever. Now, I digress. Back to the Republicans. Back to the Democrats. You messed up this time. You really, really messed up. Where's the $10,000 loan? I think that would have helped all Americans out. You didn't have that money, but yet you guys approved to send trillions over to Ukraine, who probably didn't even like you in the first place. I just don't understand it. Take care of the people at home first. Take care of the people at home first. But 2024, I will tell you that if the shenanigans keep coming out of the White House, Republicans have my vote. And it's not because they are better. It's because they are sticking to the biblical principles. And I think I speak for the majority of black people when I tell you they're going to stand with biblical principles.